Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be running through how to know your interior design style. If that's something you're looking forward to, please do consider subscribing to my channel, where each week I post weekly interiors tips and ideas, as well as vlogs from my cottage. We're actually currently in the process of moving house, so if you want to see that whole process as well, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel. So something I'm asked quite a lot is how to know your interior design style, as it can obviously be very confusing. There are loads out there. You're seeing different things left, right and centre, whether it's on Instagram, a TV programme, Pinterest, magazines. You're constantly bombarded with these different styles, and I think it can be really difficult to know which one best aligns to you. So I thought the best thing to do would be to run through some of the biggest interior design styles and those that I think will be particularly big in 2023. And then I'm going to run through how you can figure out which style suits you best. Okay, so you will have obviously heard of lots of these interior design styles before, so I'm going to run through them quite quickly, but we'll try to pop up some pictures on screen and give a few words to describe them. Okay, so the first worth mentioning, probably one of the most popular, is a minimalist design. This is a quite modern design style, and it's something that can often get confused for being cold and clinical and overly stark. However, it can still feel really comfortable, cool and relaxing, and lived in as well. Minimal designs are often recognised for their simplicity, how refined they are in terms of colours, with a lot of clean lines and modern shapes. Another very popular interior design style is traditional. Obviously, that one is quite broad and quite a lot of different things fall into that category. Although, as you'll see from some of the pictures on screen, I would say that a traditional design style is mainly built up of very classic furniture silhouettes inspired by maybe British or French designers, a mix of heritage colours and very, very traditional timeless patterns, wallpapers, and you'd more imagine this kind of style in ornate, quite historic and period decorative rooms. Another interior design style is transitional, so it's somewhere between traditional, modern and many other design styles as well. This is probably one of the design styles that you'd be most kind of used to seeing, even though you may not be aware of it. I'd say transitional design is when you have mixed silhouettes, mixed colour palettes, and you curate it all together in a way that feels comfortable and lived in, however, not overly considered. It's actually probably the type of interior that you'd be slightly surprised by. So you might have a very classic or neutral wall colour, for example, with a modern sofa and then a quite traditional silhouette armchair. So it's really a style where you can mix and match different things. And I would argue to a degree that most functional 21st century homes will have a quite transitional style. Some other design styles that I won't go into loads of depth about but will share photographs of are French country, rustic, a coastal style, mid-century modern, Scandinavian, bohemian, industrial, eclectic, farmhouse, Art Deco, a modern country, classic country, just a timeless style in general. There are honestly too many styles to list them all, and essentially you can kind of just invent your own style if that's something you want to do. But in this video, I'm going to run through how you can start to determine what your style is and how you can get started on a scheme in your home. So the first thing I would do to get started with the design in your home is to really understand your design aesthetic and style. The best place to start with this is by gathering inspiration. Okay, so there are so many ways to gather different inspirations, but I usually do mine through flicking through books initially. So you can go to a local bookshop or a charity shop or look on Amazon and see which book cover draws you in. And I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but honestly, this will give you the best idea of what's to come in the rest of the book and how you can relate to that aesthetic. So those of you that know me will know that I love this kind of aesthetic. This book is called Down to Earth, and it's one of the many coffee table books I have. Even from the first page, I adore this pattern, and the whole book is basically full of inspiration for different areas of the home, and I can look through here straight away. So on this page, for example, and I know for me, I love gallery walls, I love antique furnitures, oversized lamps, I love this kind of silhouette of an antique lamp, I love pattern on upholstery, I love exposed oak, vases. So literally just opening on a random page, I can see that there are so many things I love in here, and immediately I'm beginning to understand my style. Another great thing you can do is download Pinterest and start making Pinterest boards. So I will very often make a board just titled the season. So this is my winter 2023 season, and I will essentially just pin any designs, any images that I see that I feel resonate with my style. So to get started with Pinterest, you can just search a few keywords. So maybe search some of those design styles that you saw that I listed where you liked the look of the image, start searching them and then start pinning, and eventually you'll begin to see on your Pinterest board a really clear idea of what you're wanting from your room and what your design aesthetic is. So other ways you can gather inspiration are Instagram, TikTok. You can make saved folders, you can like posts, you can screenshot them. You can also watch YouTube videos from designers and just kind of slowly whittle down what it is you like to see. Also, don't be worried if your style can't be defined by another you see. If you're drawn to very clean modern lines, but then you also like antique gold frames and you have an obsession with them, that's fine. Mix the two and just go with it. But understanding why you like those things is really important. So do you like just the colour gold that's in those antique frames, or do you like the collected feeling of things? And do you like the modern aesthetic because maybe you've lived in quite a cluttered home that has a traditional kitchen and you want something new and clean? Or do you love it because you like the lifestyle that comes with living quite minimally and simplistically? So once you're at that stage and you have a really big selection of material that you think defines your style, I would start to whittle through and remove anything that doesn't match or that you don't love, because doing this exercise, even for a few hours, you will start to notice how your taste and the things that you're choosing are evolving into being kind of one morphed idea. And it can sometimes be really useful just to go through all of those images and maybe write down what you see. So if you see a black kitchen island, if you see a green kitchen island, if you see a pink one, if you see, so kind of whatever you're seeing, start to write it down, and then it should tell you something about the kind of images you're saving. Are they all neutral? Are they quite bold in colour? Are they warm? Are they cool? Just all of those things that you can write down those keywords, and it will give you a really clear idea of what you're looking for. From then, although this isn't necessarily knowing your style, because you should have a pretty clear idea by this stage of what sort of pieces you like, you should then really get to know your space and the room you're decorating. So I will go into all of this in another video and go into the process of designing a room and starting a mood board and starting putting things in process, but I would say it's really important to live in a room before you design it. I know I've made mistakes, I have clients who have made mistakes, but it can be really difficult once you start implementing the design decisions that you've come up with very quickly or based on an image you've seen of a home that's very bright and has lots of natural light, and if your house doesn't have that. Because essentially, even though you're going to be guided by your taste and your style and your interior design aesthetic that we've just kind of established, you do also need to let your home and the light you have, the ceiling height, the already existing design elements to the room and the architectural details, all of those things you need to let play a part in the design. So the best tip I can give on that is just live with your space. Don't make any quick or rash decisions. Live with it for, if you can, at least a month or so before making any firm decisions, and then revisit your mood board and think about what you want. Also, definitely test colours, patterns, furniture layouts, just with tape on the floor, anything you can do so that you know you're getting it right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and round off today's video there, but if you want to know more about the process of designing, I'm going to do another video next week where we'll talk about choosing the right paint colour for your house. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I look forward to catching up with you guys next time. Bye!